Hey, happy Sunday. It's good to see you. It is 9/11 and it is not a day of celebration here. Just wanted to take a moment to remember all the people that lost their lives that day. I mean, even now, if you were alive back then, you start thinking about it, you ever get choked up? I remember exactly where I was. It was horrible. It was horrible. I've been thinking about it all day. All those people. Whatever your feelings are on politics and shit, I don't care. That was people. That was human beings lost their lives that day for whatever reason. I'm not here to debate anything. My thoughts go out to all those people and their families. God almighty. I will never forget that day. And it's crazy to think that anybody that was born on that day can now legally drink. That's insane. I can't believe it's been 21 years. God almighty. I remember that day like it was yesterday. Damn. I was at work and my coworker was listening to the radio and I was working on something. We hadn't been there long. And she was sitting in these cubicles over here, and my supervisor was on vacation, so I had to sit in her little office. She always wanted me to sit in her office when she was on vacation, so I would be there when people came into the word processing department. And my coworker goes, "Somebody just flew no, what'd she say? Somebody just flew a plane in the World Trade Center." I said, "What? What the hell?" And for some reason, my first thought was, man, that pilot's screwed up. But then I got to thinking, how the hell are you going to get a plane that low? And I'm thinking it's like a little prop plane or something. I didn't know. I was thinking, wasn't there a prop plane that hit the Empire State Building? And maybe I was thinking about that, and I just imagined maybe somehow the same thing happened again. And we went into the break room down the hall, and they had this big TV in there on a rolling cart, the big fat tube TVs, they had one of those in there on a cart, and several people were already in there. They had it turned on. They were watching the news. And my coworker and I were in there when we saw the second plane hit. Oh my God. And for a second, we thought it was maybe a replay of the first. We didn't know what was going on. And then to come to find out that was a second plane. And there was just this moment for everybody standing in there that it was silent for a second, and we all just kind of gasped, like, oh my God. Oh dear God. What is going on? And we were in not a building like that, but I was up on the 12th floor of this big building. All I wanted to do was get the hell out of there and go home. Like, I just want to get out of here and go home. I want to go home. I want to get out of this building. I don't know what's going on. It was horrible. It was a horrible day. And I ended up having to stay because there was some stuff that had to be done, and I was like the acting supervisor because my supervisor was on vacation. And so I ended up not being able to get out of there until about probably noon. And when I left, downtown Greensboro was like a ghost town. There was like nobody. It was spooky. I mean, there was just nobody down there. It was deserted. It was crazy at lunchtime to be downtown and there just be nobody. And I just went home and just my first marriage ended 2 days before that. I kicked my first husband out on September 9th, 2001. And I was still dealing with some aftermath of that. When he moved out, he left the front and back door of the house that we were renting, left them standing wide open, and my house got ransacked and a whole bunch of my stuff got stolen. So I'm sitting in my house and like the whole world was just crazy. I don't know. It was awful, and I was sitting in there and just watching it. Fortunately, nobody took my TV. Of course, I had this old ass TV, like nobody wanted that, but a bunch of my other stuff got stolen, and the house was trashed, and I still hadn't cleaned it all up yet. I still had a lot to do, so I'm sitting in my house, and everything is just looked like a tornado went through my house, and I just sat there all day, like I didn't even care. I was just like a damn zombie, just sitting there all day watching the news. But yeah, it's a horrible day. My thoughts go out to all those people and their their families and their children and everybody. It's terrible. But one of the things I wanted to tell you today, I have to brag on my son a little bit. My older son, he's not like I was at his age. He's 17. He's a senior in high school, and he has a job. He works. He's at work right now. I have to say, he is so much more confident than I was at his age, and I am so glad that he is. I couldn't speak up for myself at his age. There was no way. I could not speak up for myself. I could not defend myself. I was very quiet, very mousy, just, a doormat, basically. But my son, I was telling you that, what the hell? They're having a sale at the Restore. Never seen them do that before. I never find anything good in there. Anyway, sorry. So he has this job, and he talked to them over the summer and said, when school starts back, I'm not going to be able to come in as early, and I'm not going to be able to stay as late, talking to the scheduling person. And the person he was talking to, we'll call her Carol. I don't actually know her name. So Carol said, that's fine. I will make sure that when, on the schedule, I don't want to come in before 5:30, and I can only stay until 9 during the week. Now, on the weekends, I can work whatever you want me to work. Weekends, I can do whatever. Holidays, school breaks, I work whatever. But on school days, when I have school the next day, I cannot be here till 10 o'clock at night. And I cannot get here before 5:30. Because I don't even get out of school until like 4:15. And then I have to go home and eat something and change clothes. I cannot be here by 5. It's just not possible. So Carol said, and I'm not involved in any of this. He doesn't need his mama to go do anything for him. So I don't fight his battles for him. I wouldn't anyway, because he needs to learn how to do this. He's doing great. He's doing wonderful, because he initiated all this. He initiated the meeting with the scheduling person and all that. And so Carol said she understood. So he thought everything was fine. Well, where he works, they do the schedule 1 month at a time. They have an app where you can go on the app and you can see the schedule and everything, and they have it printed out in the office at work, so you can take a picture of it if you want, or whatever you want to do. So when the schedule for September came out, not only did she schedule him to come in at 5 o'clock on a bunch of days, she had him scheduled working until like 11 o'clock at night on school nights. Numerous times. He had even more late shifts than he had before they had this discussion. So understandably, he was not happy about that. So he went to talk to her again and said, we discussed this. You said it was fine if, I came in at 5:30 and worked until like 9. Why is the schedule like this? Why did you do this? And she said, oh, I forgot. I'm sorry. Well, I can't change it now. So you're just going to have to work those shifts. And he said, I can't work those shifts. So it seems that we have a problem. I already told you I couldn't do that. Now, here's what I would have done. My mousy ass, you know what I would have done? And here's what I did do, because I had a job in high school as well. I worked in this little grocery store. And fortunately, the grocery store where I worked, they closed at like 8 o'clock at night. I think they closed at 8. So the latest I would stay would be like 8:30 to, tidy up or whatever. So, and I actually got out of school earlier than he does. His high school schedule is very different. Anyway, I would have just said, okay, so I'm sorry to bother you, okay, and then I would just silently have suffered through it. I wouldn't have said another word. Not him. He said, we have a problem. I can't work these shifts. I already told you I can't work these shifts. I cannot, when am I going to get my homework done if I have to basically go straight to school to work, because I don't even have time to go home and change clothes. I'm going to have to bring my uniform to school and like change in the bathroom. And I'm not going to have time to eat anything. And then I'm working until 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. With all due respect, ma'am, when am I supposed to do my homework? And I got school first thing the next morning. When am I supposed to do my homework? When am I supposed to do anything? And she basically said, well, that is not my problem. That is your problem. Here's the schedule. I will try to do it differently for October, but the September schedule is final. I can't really change it now. Basically just tough shit. Fuck Carol. I don't like Carol. But I'm not involved. I'm not involved. He doesn't want his mama going to do anything for him. He wouldn't. Like, my God, no. So I'm not involved. I'd like to have a chat with Carol, but I'm not going to. Like, he can handle it. He's a big boy. All right. So here's what he did. All right. So I told you they have this app where you can look at your schedule. And he was taught in training. They have to go through this whole training thing for this job. He went through the training, and in the training videos that he had to watch, one of them said, if you want to switch shifts with a coworker, you can do that on the app, and it showed how to do it. And that if you do want to change shifts, that is how you should do it. That is the way we want you to do it. We don't want it to be like verbal where there's no confirmation in the app. You go into the app, here's how you do it. If somebody wants to pick up one of your shifts, you can do it in the app. Well, he did that with the shift last week, and traded a shift with, or somebody else took one of his shifts, like the whole thing. Like, can you work this shift? It was one where he was supposed to come in really early and be there like really late. He said, I cannot do it. I have an exam tomorrow, or it's something like the next day. Like, I have to get ready for this. I cannot work all night tonight. I have got to do this studying stuff. So somebody else took his shift, the whole thing. The person came in, no problem, worked the shift. And so Carol calls my son, like, why were you not here? He said, what are you talking about? Why were you not here for your shift? Well, so-and-so took my shift. Okay, you can't do that. She just basically said, you can't do that. And then my son is just confused, like, what do you mean I can't do that? You cannot just switch shifts like that with somebody. So, well, in the training, we literally can. In the app, you switch shifts. You can't do that. And then apparently she went to several of the other of his coworkers and started saying, yeah, I tried to talk to him. I called him. He didn't even answer the phone. Well, I'm here to say, I was standing right there when he was talking to her on the phone. Like, he damn sure did answer the phone. You hussy. So whenever my kids have a problem, even when they were little, what I would do is I would listen, and then I would ask them, what do you think you should do about that? I'm not going to sit here and start offering up solutions. I ask them first, what do you think you should do? You have this problem. What do you think you should do to solve it? He said, I know what I'm going to do. And he's already found out what to do. He did a little looking around and trying to find out, like, who is Carol's boss? Who does Carol answer to? He has a meeting, and I don't know how it's going to go, but he requested a meeting with her boss today, because that person is going to be available, and he is supposed to be able to talk to whoever that is today. And he sat down and wrote up a list of several points that he wants to discuss with this person. Apparently there have been some other issues. Like, I don't know why she's going around telling my coworkers that I am unreasonable and I didn't even answer the phone when she called, or I didn't call her back. That is untrue. Like, why are you even talking about me to my coworkers? That's one thing. And then there were several other things that she's done. So he went to talk. He's supposed to talk to Carol's boss today. So I just honestly, I'm very proud of him for being able to speak up for himself like that. I would have never. Are you kidding me? At 17? Hell, I'm 48, and even now, that would stress me out unbelievably. And I would be very likely to just keep my mouth shut and grumble to myself, but I would just put up with it. I wouldn't do anything about it. So I'm really proud of him for being able to stand up for himself like that at 17. He's very respectful. He's not going to be ugly to anybody. You know, he's direct, but and polite. You know, yes sir, yes ma'am. But he has the ability to be firm. You know, not belligerent or anything. But you know, I'm going to state my points, and I'm going to stick up for myself. I don't think this situation, I don't think what's going on here is right. And I wanted to let you know about it. And maybe we can discuss that. So I'm really curious to see how it goes. But I'm very proud of him, because there's no way in hell at his age that I could have done what he is doing. There's no way. And he initiated all of this, like finding out who her boss was, when and where can I meet with this person. And I'm going to make a list of things that I want to discuss with this person when I get a chance to talk to him. I couldn't have done that at 17. I'm very proud of him. I'm very proud. It's awesome. I couldn't have done it. So yeah, that I just wanted to say that I'm very proud of my boy. It's really something. I'm actually at Walmart right now. I got to run in there and get a few little grocery items. Yeah, I did the barbecue video yesterday. I hope you enjoyed it. A few people got a little ruffled that I mentioned the signs at barbecue restaurants and that I am horrible for thinking that they're funny. It was just a few people, and, you know, I deleted the comments. I didn't block them or anything, but it's kind of like, you know, I'm not here to debate dumb shit with you. I mean, if you think I'm a horrible person for finding those pictures and those signs funny, I don't know what to tell you. I think growing up in a more rural way, like I've killed my own food. I have chopped the heads off chickens. I've plucked chickens. I've boiled chickens. I've been to the abattoir. I've watched cattle be slaughtered. I have watched them be butchered. I've watched deer be butchered. I've seen how food is prepared. I have a tremendous respect for the food that we eat. I'm not making fun of the process. I understand I have an intimate understanding of the process of killing food to eat. I've never been hunting because I've never had an interest in it, but I've caught many fish that I've given away to people to eat. I don't really like fish myself, but I have caught fish to give people. I know how to clean fish, cut them up, fillet fish. I know how to do all that. I have a very healthy respect for the food that we eat. I'm not making fun of that. I'm not trying to make light of it. I'm not laughing. I don't know. And I'm not sorry that I find it funny. I'm not going to sit here and apologize. I'm not sorry. I still find the signs funny as hell. And one day I'm going to take y'all to Frosty's Barbecue and I'm going to show you the sign in real life, and I'm probably going to laugh at it again because it's funny as hell. Man, it looks like he's running with a bucket of blood and a butcher knife. And the look on that pig's face, I'm sorry, it's funny. I have seen pigs butchered, slaughtered. I've seen it. I grew up out in an area where there is a lot of that. There was an abattoir at the end of my road where everybody took their deer when they went hunting. If they raised cows for milk and for meat, they would take them there, and you would have somebody there to butcher it for you and package it all up. I have watched the process. It doesn't, I understand where my food comes from. I know it doesn't grow under that cellophane in the store. I understand that. I know where it comes from. If it offends you, then don't eat it. I don't know. I'm gonna eat meat, and then I'm gonna go buy some more, and I'm gonna eat that too. And I'm gonna find those signs funny for the rest of my life. They are never gonna be not funny to me. I don't know. I think we are a generation of people with nothing to do. I think we are all bored, and like when the human body has nothing to fight, it finds random things to develop allergies to. That's my theory. We live in a clean world where we have no predators. We have nothing to do. We have no purpose. We have nothing going on in our lives. So just like our body attacking random things and thinking they're deadly, we now just attack random ideas and notions because in our brain they're deadly, because we have nothing else to focus on. We have nothing else to do with our time. So we fixate on stupid shit and get mad about it. We rage. Well, I'm not sorry, and I'm not going to be sorry. I want to put that on a damn t-shirt. I am not sorry. And I think more people need to start saying that. I am not sorry. Cry about it. I'm sick and tired of everybody having a problem with everything. My God in heaven. Sorry, I didn't mean to go off on a rant about that. It just bugs me. You can't say shit on the internet without somebody just crawling up your ass, and it just irritates me. Sometimes I just get tired of it. Anyway, I did find out Frosty's is still open, and I kind of want to go up there. Maybe we'll go up there and have some food one day. I'll sit in the parking lot at Frosty's. Hell, I'll set my phone up on a table and sit there and talk to you. I don't give a shit. Yeah, we'll go up to Frosty's and we'll get some of their barbecue. They are still in business. We ought to do that. So one day we'll go to Frosty's and we'll sample some of their stuff, and I'll give you a close up of their sign. Anyway, I gotta shut up and go inside. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. I hope your weekend is going well. And it's nice. It's a little cloudy. The rain finally stopped. I think it rained pretty much all night last night. It was nuts. It's better. They're having the folk festival here. The North Carolina Folk Festival is in Greensboro this weekend, and I really hate it. They have a lot of planning to get it ready, and I think it rained on them all day yesterday. But today I think it's hopefully they got better weather, because today's the last day of it. So hopefully they're able to have some fun today. They have all kinds of outdoor concerts and stuff, and it's like a street festival. I went several years ago when Grandmaster Flash was there, but I haven't been back since. It just smells like patchouli and marijuana down there. I mean, it's fine, but folk music isn't really my thing, so I don't know. I'm not interested, but a lot of people come to it, so it's a cool thing. A lot of people enjoy it. But I'm gonna get my money. I'm gonna get my keys, my little travel purse, because I don't have any pockets on my pants. And I'm gonna go in there and get some groceries. But thank you so much for being here. If I've offended you, maybe you need a hobby. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a shitty person. Maybe it's both. Maybe I am a shitty person and you do need to get a hobby. Maybe it is both. Maybe I need a hobby. Maybe I do. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I do. I'll see if I can figure that out. But thank you for being here. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you again soon.